Don't miss any content. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell.
Hey guys, welcome back to Sahara Football. It's a fine morning here. Another time to bring you more information about local football, Ghana football, and African football in general. I'm your host, Selassie Fiawe, and I welcome you back to Sahara Football. As usual, I advise you, if you're new to the channel, click on the subscribe button and click on the notification bell to get more updates on this channel. So today I'm going to be talking about the ITL CAF Awards. Yes, yesterday the shortlist was released for the men and women's Footballer of the Year winners, and we now know who are the top three for the men and women Footballer of the Year for the CAF Awards. That will be taking place on January 8th. We'll also be looking at the itinerary, the events that will lead up to the CAF Awards, the program lineup, and how it will go down. We'll find out if there are any Ghanaians in the CAF Awards. So let me just get right into it. Now, you know the CAF Awards is an annual awards that's held every year in Africa here. It's for the creme de la creme of Africa football. The best coaches, the best teams, the best young players are awarded on the night. So the CAF Awards is going to be held as usual this January 8th. This year it's going to be held on January 8th in Dakar, Senegal. Last year it was held in Ghana here, and we're privileged to have the honor of hosting the CAF Awards for, I think it's for the second time or third time. We hosted it before, and it was great to have the best players here. Aubameyang and Mane and Salah were here for the first conference, and it was great to see them all in the country. This year it will be held in Dakar, Senegal. Yes, it will be held in Dakar, Senegal. And the shortlisted winners have been listed. I'll take you through the list of those who have been shortlisted for each award category. Then we'll look at the top three in terms of those who were announced yesterday, the men and women's category. The teams that were those who were announced to win the tournament yesterday. Get straight into it. I'll start with the youth player of the year. Since the men and women's was announced yesterday, I'll announce that one later. The youth player of the year. Now, the youth player of the year, Ashraf Hakimi, Morocco and Borussia Dortmund. Frank Kessie, Cote d'Ivoire and AC Milan. Wilfred Ndidi, Nigeria and Leicester City. Now, men's coach of the year, Aliou Cisse of Senegal. Remember, Senegal were almost made it to the knockout stages, not for fair play rules. They were knocked out of the group stages because of fair play rules. So Aliou Cisse is there. Herve Renard of Morocco. Now Moini Chabani of Esperance. Now the women's coach of the year, Desiree Ellis. We all know how South Africa did amazingly well in the Women's African Cup of Nations. Desiree Ellis was the coach of the South African team, and she did a great job with them. They were not really tipped to go this far. They went as far as the final. They even beat Nigeria in the opening game of the tournament 1-0, but lost to them in the final. That was the penalty shootout in the final, and Desiree Ellis deservedly on the list of the top three women's coach of the year. Now, Joseph Brian Nkodo of Cameroon. Cameroon also did well in the AFCON Women's Cup of Nations. And Thomas Genevi of Nigeria. He actually won the tournament for Nigeria, who have been winning it for so many times in the history of the tournament. Now, the men's national team of the year was Madagascar, Mauritania, and Uganda. Yes, those three are the men's national team of the year. Now, the women's national team of the year was Cameroon, Nigeria, and South Africa. So these three were the top three in the AFCON Women's Cup of Nations, and I think they are also deservedly there. Unfortunately, Ghana, hosts of the AFCON Women's Cup of Nations, did not make it that far in this tournament. So we'll now look at the women's footballer of the year, the three nominees that were released yesterday. Let's go have a look at the three nominees that were released as the Women's African Footballer of the Year. Those who are going to win the award, the shortlisted three. Let's have a look at them. Those are the shortlisted 3 the African Women's Footballer of the Year, and they are in the persons of the Nigerian duo Asisat Oshoala and Francisca Odega and South African Christina Thembi Katlana. Katlana was the highest goal scorer at the just ended African Women's Cup of Nations that ended on the 1st of December. That was held in Ghana here. Now the three made the cut after a performance filled year, which saw them make headlines for both club and national team. Now Oshoala, winner of the past 2 years with 3 titles overall, 2014, 2016 and 2017, has a sight on a 4th title. So Asisat Oshoala has actually won it more times than any other person on this list, and she's hoping to make it for the 4th time to equal the feat of compatriot Perpetua Kocha, who won it in 2004, 2005, 2010 and 2011. The 24-year-old helped Nigeria to successfully defend their title during the Total African Women's Cup of Nations, as I said earlier on, back on December. And in Ghana in December. And talking of Nigeria, Odega earned herself cult status following her exploits at the African Women's Cup of Nations and in the USA, where she plies her trade with Washington Spirit. Now the 25-year-old woman wowed fans with her pacey runs from the wings as Nigeria cruised to the title. Now in South African forward Thembi Katlana, 22, was the star of the last AFCON Women's Cup of Nations, scooping the most valuable player and top goal scorer accolades as Bayana reached the final, her 2nd nomination at this level, and hoping to become the 2nd South Africa after Noko Mahlu, 2008, that is, to have been crowned Queen of African Football. So those are the profiles of the 3: Asisat Oshoala, Francisca Odega and Thembi Katlana. We all wish them all the best. We hope the best person wins, and we will see who the winner is come January 8th. Now to the men's shortlisted 3 for the board. Let's go have a look at them. Those were the men's shortlisted men's footballer of the year, the top 3 that were nominated, and it's the usual suspect: Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Sadio Mane, and Mohamed Salah. Now, those 3 were the 3 for last year, and they're also the 3 for this year, and it's great to see them back on the list. I think it's great for them. Now, let's read a profile on their year 2018. Now, reigning player of the year Mohamed Salah, his Liverpool club mate Sadio Mane, and 2015 winner Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang have made the top 3 of the most prestigious individual accolade in African football. A repeat of last year, the 3 players will be hoping to begin the year with the crown of the player of the year for the exploit in 2018. The winner will be unveiled at the Glow Cup Awards on 8 January 2018 in Dakar, Senegal, as I said. Gabonese icon Aubameyang maintains his familiar status among the top 3 finalists since 2014, thus 5 times in a row, when equaling the record of Ivorian legend Yaya Toure and Ghana midfield supremo Michael Essien. 4-time player of the year Toure achieved the feat in 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014 and 2015. He was nominated on those 5 occasions and won 4 of them. Now Essien did it in 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008 and 2009. The 29-year-old will be hoping to lay his hands on the enviable crown a 2nd time. Now the Salah, 26, made history, becoming the first Egyptian to be decorated Player of the Year since the inception of the awards scheme in 1992. Now, this is the second time he has made the final three, and Salah has set his eyes on joining the elite league of players to win the honor back-to-back. Senegalese El Hadji Diouf did it in 2001 and 2002, Samuel Eto'o of Cameroon 2003 and 2004, and Yaya Toure did it in 2011 and 2012. Only three with successive wins. It is a hat-trick for the 20-year-old Mane in the top three, coming in third in 2016 and second in 2017. He will be hoping to be third time lucky and become the second Senegalese to win the topmost award after El Hadji Diouf. So those are the profiles of the winners, the top three for the men's best African best players of the year. As you notice, I went through the award winners. There were no Ghanaians in there. And it's quite sad personally for me, since I'm a Ghanaian, and I was hoping to have some Ghanaians there. Mukarama Abdullahi was slashed out of the final shortlist, and Thomas Partey was also there. Elizabeth Ado of the Black Queens was also there, but she couldn't make the final cut. And I think the best players are there. We need to up our game here in Ghana to make it to these awards. I'll finally end with the itinerary for the night that will lead up to the CAF Awards. Now, the whole program will start on January 6th, this Sunday. There'll be arrival of guests, CAF guests, and delegates who arrive in Senegal. Now, on Monday, January 7th, they will depart from the hotel, a rowboat crossing to Gorée Island, the visit of this House of Slaves, and so many activities lined up. At 12 o'clock GMT, the CAF Women's Football Representation and CAF Awards 2018 Best Women's Player, the nominations will be introduced. There will be a press conference for the women, and there will be a press conference at 12:30 GMT for the CAF President Ahmad Ahmad. There will be a cocktail reception. They will depart to Dakar and have a depart to the Sego Stadium exhibition match with the women's teams. Now, match of legends in homage to Rouge Okandi, Senegal 2002 legends, CAF legends. There will be a dinner on site and return to the hotel. On January 8th, the 2018 Men's Best Nominees will have a press conference at 4:30 GMT. Then depart from the hotel and setting up an installation. Then the CAF Awards proper will take place at 7 o'clock GMT. That's 1900 GMT. And there'll be a mixed zone official dinner and return to the hotel. On January 9th, everyone departs for their homes. So that's the itinerary for the CAF Awards 2018. So that I'll be bringing you updates with CAF Awards 2018, what you need to know, when it to be held, where it to be held, and all that you need to know ahead of this awards, annual awards, African awards. So that has been it for today, guys. I'll be bringing you updates on the CAF Awards. I hope you guys will follow this. I'll bring you the award winners as and when I get them, and when the occasion is over. I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy your day. Know who you think should win the ITINERARY CAF Awards? Who do you think will win actually this year? Let me know your thoughts in the comments box.